down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
All right, Savvy investors, it is Monday. Yep, June 19th, the day after Father's Day. Hopefully you did well on your Father's Day. What do you mean by doing well? Doing well is spending time with your family if you are a father. If you're a father and you're a distance, you did well by talking to your children, FaceTime, through the email, through a phone call. But anyway, shouts out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day the next day on a Monday. I had a good time. I didn't do anything. The cool thing is my wife was like, what do you want? I was like, Chinese food. That's what I wanted for Father's Day. And my wife is OG. She must have saw the pictures on my phone because I needed a little tiny stepper, a little $20 deal exercise stepper thing. And bang, she got it for me. Thank you, honey bee. All right, today we're covering, it is Big Money Monday, and it's not big money, but it is Big Money Monday. If you can leave your business in 30 days, I got a question from somebody. How do you leave your business for 30 days? How do you disappear, roll out, and do what you need to do for 30 days? Now, just to give you a little sidebar here, I am trying to do that next summer. So a year from today, I'm trying to get away for a whole summer. Is that possible? Can you do 30 days? Can you do 2 weeks? Can you do 5 minutes? So many people get jammed up that they can't do what they need to do. And what is that? So what do you need to do? What's the one thing, the one goal, the one dream that you can do that if you had any amount of money or anything, nothing was holding you back. You had the intelligence, you had the resources, you had the money, you had the relationships, you had everything you needed. Would you do it? And so one of the questions I received, thank you for the folks at email, text, all that jazz, Facebook me, a question. The question is, she said, how do I leave my business for 30 days? Well, I'm going to get down and dirty and do it for you. So here you go. Can you do it? Have I left my business more than 30 days? Yes, I'm going on about 2 years, almost a year and a half, where I have mentally checked out of the business. Am I involved in the business? No. I do check in every once in a while. Is it running the way I want it to run? No. Am I losing money? Yes. But how bad do you want it? What do you want at the end of the day? What do you want to happen on this 30-day vacation or 30-day mission trip or 30 days sabbatical or 60-day sabbatical or 6-year sabbatical? The first thing that you need to do, number one, now I threw this together real fast, down and dirty, so there's no research done. This is just Steve VanCauwenbergh, the Savvy Landlord, bing, bang, Savvy Radio Show, boom, boom. You made it this far, 3 minutes, and so I'm going to drop it for you. Number one, mindset. You got to push yourself that you can. You got to create a mindset that how does the other guy do it? How does people do it and then do it? You got to get out of your comfort zone. Yep. A lot of people, they're so in control of everything, they control nothing. In control of everything, but you can control nothing. You're worried about taxes. You're worried about contractors burning you. You're worried about not getting it done. You're worrying. Well, that's your first problem. You got to change your mindset. How do you become a CEO? Do you really believe the CEO of McDonald's is everywhere and anywhere? No, he's trusting middle managers. He's trusting certain department heads, CEOs. He's trusting people. So, but you have to create the mindset. If you don't have the mindset, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to do anything. So get the CEO. That's right. Chief Executive Officer mindset, and then do it. If you're like VC, VanCauwenbergh, I don't have the mindset. Well, that's your first thing you need to do. How bad do you want to leave your business for 30 days? You know, a rule of thumb that I read at a Rich Dad Poor Dad years ago that changed my life. Of course, that man changed my life, everybody, Kiyosaki. If you haven't read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you're in the dark ages. You're in the cloud. You're in the closet. Time to open the door, see the sunshine, and realize you want to be financially free. Anyone, anywhere can be financially free. That's you, homie. But the one thing that I learned from reading a lot of his books, he said, to be successful, what is success? But let's just say, to be successful, when I leave my business for 30 days or more, it made more money if I was there. Woo! Say it again, VC. That's how you do talk third person. People like that. No, you don't. I know. But think about the reality. True success is to pass down, and it's doing more than me. I have been fortunate enough. I've sold 2 businesses, a bridal business. Yep, I know bridal. It sounds kind of whack, but that's what it is, and a DJ business. And I'm going to take pride in these 2 things, that the businesses did well when I was running them. Man, they were making money. We were successful. Bang, bang, the largest bridal show in Oklahoma, killing it, crushing it. South people on the East Coast, West Coast are like, what is the VanCauwenbergs doing down there? That's what we do. We work hard, we produce, we make success. Then the DJ business. DJing for 20-something years, since 1992. Since high school, I've been DJing. One of the top DJ companies in the state of Oklahoma, and I still stay today. Eminent Productions, OKCDJ.com, crushing it to this day. Now check this out. About 5 years ago, I sold the bridal business, and that bridal business is doing better and making more money than it did with me. Wow. Pride. Nope, no pride. That's how you do it. You have to have the mindset. When I sold the business, I was a little nervous because these were kind of a different type of clientele. People that I sold it to, they're not like me. They were older. They were more detailed-oriented people. I'm more vision-based, but they crushed it. They worked on the finances, and they're making more money than I made when I owned it. That's successful. Rich Dad Poor Dad, thank you, Kiyosaki. Same thing with the DJ business. As soon as I got out of the business, it started making real money. To the T that when I was making the business, I was making $350 an event. Man, I thought I was living large. 10 events a year, a month, 3 Gs, 20 on an average. We did 250 events a year. And we were doing pretty decent. But then this dude bought the business from me. He's crushing it, making an average of 700 plus a year. How do you do that? Well, you got to let go. You got to have a mindset. I realized I figured it out. See, I was always emotional. I would DJ gigs because I needed the money because I was broke. And the guy that I sold the business to, he was my general manager back then. He just did his job and tried to get the profit. See, I was doing the gigs because I needed the money. He was doing the job because that was his job, and the job was to make profits. So he never cut the cost. Someone would, $700 for a DJ gig was kind of expensive. Can you do it for $495? Yep, I'll do it for $495, because if I thought in my mind, if I didn't do the gig, I wouldn't make the money. So you got to leave your business. And so if you put the right person in the right position, read Good to Great, put that person in that area, and you're going to start doing it. So how do you change your mindset? You got to push, you got to get out of the comfort zone, and ultimately you got to do it. That's number one. But you got to stop and think that you are a slave. It's horrible. When you're in the business, working in the business, you are a slave. It's horrible. That's what you become. You got to get out. You must let yourself grow. Step aside. You might want to test it if you want to leave your business. So my goal is next year, I want to take off the whole summer. So 2018 VC, we may not even be doing the radio show, but my goal, I want to go help inner city youth for the summer. And I want to work at a place called Kids Across America, KAA. And I want to donate a whole summer to children. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. That's my dream. That's what I want to do. How do I do that? How do I leave my business behind for 90 days? Well, you got to have my mindset. So I'm thinking today, how can I replace myself? How can I outsource every little thing that I do? How do I outsource buying properties? That's a good question, VC. Well, that's called an acquisition manager. I know a local wholesaling business that is effing crushing it. They're doing an amazing job, and they have one man. That's all he does all day is do acquisitions. He has a support team. He has a realtor that works side by side with him. He's not even a realtor. His job, I love it. He's the gangster. He comes in and lowballs people and locks up the contract. He is the best salesman I've seen. Actually, I love this dude so much that he did such a great job. I recorded him, and I actually released. No one knows this. Only in nationwide, but local folks don't know this. But I recorded that guy, and I did a course called Wholesaling handling seller objections. It might be on eBay. I don't even think it's on my website, but I sell this on eBay. And I just recorded this dude in the room, and we just beat him up on questions. How do you get people down? What do they say when they say this? How do you do that? That's what you do. You outsource to someone that is extremely passionate about what they do. Well, in my own personal business today, I have a gal. She's my general manager. I'm the CEO. So she's a CFOO or CFFFU, whatever, but she runs the empire. So when she hires and fires people. Contractors come in, they get paid, they got to go to see her. That's how I run it. I distance myself out. Now, I could be making more money, right? I got to pay her. Let's just say I make 10 G's a month. I got to pay her 3 G's. I'm only making 7 G's, but I have freedom. So you have to ask yourself, what's your mindset? Excuse me, I burped. What am I trying to do? And is it worth it? Was it worth it for you? The next thing you need to do, get off the phone. That's the number one thing. Get off the phone. Figure out a way to have someone answer your phone. Figure out another way to take care of your calls and the nonsense. If you can get off the phone and focus, you can get a lot more done. That's why I wake up early, like 4 or 5 a.m. That's the time I like. I like to go to bed at 8, 9, 10. I'm dead tired. I like to roll. Man, I'm telling you, ideal day. That's another question you should ask yourself. What's your ideal day? What's your ideal time? My ideal time, I'm telling you right now, is 4 o'clock. Boom. I'm hitting it, doing some cardio. Next thing you know, at 5 a.m., I'm changing the world. That works for me. By the time I get to noon, I'm kind of tired. By 3 o'clock, I'm out. So what works for you? Emails. They hold you back. Only check your email twice a day. Seriously, in the morning and the afternoon. Don't check them all the time. Don't let it control you. You got to have control of your time and your phone and your resources. 4. Sell all your tools. Position yourself for greatness. All right. So this is like a buzz thing. Like 3 or 4 people have come to me and they've told me this story. And I was like, wow, man, where have you been? I didn't say it like that, but in my mind, well, one of my friends, he's a landlord, had 14 units, doing good. And one day he woke up and said, hey, he wanted to be a builder. I'm like, oh, okay. Why you want to be a builder? This doesn't sound like a good idea. I don't see no residual income being a builder, but I'm your homie. I'm your boy. I'm going to support you regardless. You want to go out and work on a corner and do something, I'm going to be your boy. Okay. I'm going to support you within reason. So I was like, all right, good luck. And one day he called me. He's like, hey man, I'm going to sell all my tools. And I was like, what? Aren't you a builder? He's like, yeah. If I have all my tools, then I'm doing the work. If I don't have the tools, then I'm going to hire it out. Man. Another CEO come to me, told me, same thing. Big baller guy. I talked about him the other day. He's kind of like my mentor. I mentioned his story. Started with 9 single families. Now he has 101 units. He's buying other apartments. He's master apartments now. He does not own any tools. One day he woke up, I don't need this stuff. It weighs you down. Sell your tools. You got stuff that you don't need, sell it. Get rid of it. Position yourself for greatness. If I have a drill, you're probably going to, if you have a drill, that means you're going to be hanging stuff up. Figure it out. So for me personally, so VC, how'd you do it? Well, a couple years ago, I needed to get a new a new laptop. My laptop broke. Just so you know, a lot of the marketing and stuff back in the day, that was me, the Savvy Landlord book and all this other stuff. I created these logos and all that stuff. I used to be proficient in this thing called Adobe Photoshop. Yep. I even went to Adobe Photoshop school. I met some amazing people. It was a great ride, but I'm trading time for dollars, okay? Being a graphic designer sounds all sexy and cool. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm a graphic designer. I'm an artist. Yeah, whatever. You're wasting time. You're wasting money, right? So I learned that when I got my new laptop, I'm going to push myself, VC. You wrote a course on virtual assistants. Do not buy Adobe Photoshop for your new laptop. And it was a struggle. Let me tell you something. For about 3 months, man, because I could easily design a quick business card, but then I had to pace myself and then realize that I need to outsource. And that's why I became a master of outsourcing and my virtual assistants is because, and then I time it right. When do I need this business card done? And I shouldn't be operating out of fire mode. I should be plan and prepare. The reason why I was leaning on me knowing Adobe Photoshop, it wasn't out of fun. It was out of a necessity because I was cheap and I wanted to do it. Now I outsource it. I don't have an Adobe photo product anyway. I don't even have Adobe PDF in my dang sites. I use alternative software for my PDFs. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to tell you something now. It's giving me freedom. I think about this. How many hours did I spend designing a postcard when I could have hired a professional to do it? But I was so cheap and dumb. If you want to leave your business for 30 days, you can't be cheap and dumb. You got to be smart. Number 4, you got to trust people. Yep, and you got to add in the trust, and I would say 20% extra. If it costs you $1,000 to get something done, tell yourself 20% more, $1,200. That's the only way you're going to do it and get it done right. It's just there's always a room for error. Today, you think I'm living large, I got X amount of units. I'm not. I'm actually losing money because the people that are working for me, and they're great people, but they make mistakes, and who pays for the mistakes? If that offends you or bothers you that you're going to lose money because of someone else, then you'll never grow. You have to grow. You have to get out of your comfort zone. What is the greatest freedom that you have? Why are you in real estate? What is the goal that you're trying to do? And you can reach it if you want to. So back to the original question. How do I leave my business in 30 days? Well, the real simple cheeseball answer, hire someone to do it. Hire a property manager. Hire someone to help you write a plan. If you don't have a plan, call me. I'll help you write a plan. It's real simple. Maybe I should do a podcast on how do I write a plan. Email me, text me, give me something to write a plan about, and I'll do it. Just like I helped this homie today. He owns a business, is not making enough money. I was like, you need to do this, you need to do this, spend 30 minutes on sales. You don't know how to do sales, hire sales out, figure out, create a plan, and execute it. But if you really need to leave in 30 days tomorrow, you own a bunch of property, call another realtor, find out who's the best real estate individual in your market, and then hire that person. It's going to be more than you wanted to pay, but it'll be the best amount of money you've ever spent, and they'll figure it out. So a friend of mine, he disappeared, bounced out for several weeks. The crazy thing is that while he was gone, his company was suing people while he wasn't here. How fabulous is that? When you're sleeping at night, you're making money. That's why you're doing real estate. People pay their rent. How great would it be that someone is working on your behalf when you're out doing what you need to be doing? My name is Stephen VanCauwenbergh. Yep, I am the Savvy Landlord. Yep, you tuned in to Savvy Radio Show. We're going to try to crush it every day. We're going to grind it, get it done, and we're going to be the very best we can be.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at SavvyRadioShow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.